What is going on, you guys? Steve with the video for you today. So today we're going to do a little bit of a hobby talk video. And I'd like to first start off by giving a shout out to the channel Zach and Porter. So if you guys aren't familiar with Zach and Porter, this is a father and son duo. And I'm fairly new to their channel. We've only been following each other's channels for maybe a couple months. But man, one thing I really enjoy is Porter. He's the son. Man, this little guy, he knows his stuff. And I don't know if it's his dad and him, studying everything, or if Porter just does it by himself. That'd be kind of interesting to know, you guys, is how Porter kind of became interested, and if he kind of studies all this by himself. Reading the back of the cards, looking at internet stuff, and also if you guys want to respond in the comments, or even put it on your own channel, is Porter, do kids, in your school or your class, do they collect sports cards as well? Because, it's what we do, us guys in our 30s and 40s, sports cards, it was almost like currency on the playground. And, oh man, you've got an Emmett Smith, you got 10 Emmett Smiths of the same card. That's so cool. I know the whole state of mind's kind of changed here in 2022. Back in the 80s and 90s, you didn't care if you had 10 of those cards, and it was cooler if you did. But as an adult, I personally just like to have one copy. I know there's some of you guys out there that still like to have multiple copies of the same card. But yeah, if you guys want to respond in your guys' video or just in my comments, please do so. And everybody, link to their channel will be in my description. They're also Chicago White Sox fans. Show a lot of their PC. Jim Abbott fan, Jackie Robinson, Carlton Fisk, and Pee Wee Reese are some big names I hear them talk about. They do a lot of baseball, some football, and I've only seen them do hockey a couple times. But yeah, please go check out Zach and Porter. So a little bit about the hobby talk I want to talk about is, so the channel bhuff557. This is the first time I actually ever seen him comment on my videos, which is pretty cool. And I don't know if he's going to see this, but I just wanted to kind of bring up a comment he made. Is my last video I made for my PC, talk about Aaron Judge. He hit 62 home runs in a single season. Amazing, awesome. But he talked about Pujols, hitting 703 home runs, which is an incredible feat. And everyone's talking about Judge hitting the number 61 and breaking it with 62. But very few channels out there, even the media, honestly talk about Pujols breaking 700 home runs, which is, I agree with him. I don't really talk about it either. I love Pujols. He's a Cardinal, even though I'm a Cubs fan. I've got nothing but respect for Pujols and what he brought to the game. I assume he's going to retire at the end of this year. I haven't heard nothing official, but very few other people have hit 700 home runs. I think Barry Bonds at 762, Hank Aaron at 755, and Babe Ruth at 714, and then fourth on that list would be Pujols at 703. That's just an incredible feat. And thanks for bringing that up, B Huff, because I think you are right. I don't think too many of us honestly talked about Pujols and what he accomplished. Let's see, what else do I want? Oh, okay, let's talk about kind of the year of the home runs, kind of the Pujols theme. Man, Ohtani, the Judge hitting 62. It's just a lot of home runs going on this year. Even Mike Trout spending half the year on the injured list, still popping 40 home runs. Man, it's just something. Let's go on to, I want to talk a lot about baseball. So, of what's actually going on. MVP races. I think Judge is going to get it just for doing 62. Do I think Ohtani would be deserving of it, in the AL? Yeah, I do. I wouldn't complain either way. Whichever way it went would not bother me at all, because I think 62 home runs is an amazing and incredible feat. But what Ohtani does, being a dual pitcher and hitter while putting up solid stats, is also nothing. It's once in 100-year type guy. You don't really see that. I mean, you see guys do it, but how Ohtani does it, I don't think anyone's done it since, like that since Ruth. And I don't know how the in-depth of Ruth's pitching and hitting performances, besides I know he was amazing, especially as a hitter. Let's go on to the playoffs. I know game ones for the wild card already happened. I don't as I'm recording this on a Friday night, I think the Phillies won, and I forgot who else. Did the Blue Jays win? I think the Blue Jays might. No, Blue Jays got shut out, I believe. I'd have to go back and check. I did not see any of the games. It was, this time of year, as I've said in the past, it's just busy, busy, busy. We're supposed to get our first frost in Nebraska, so tonight. So I was out at the garden pulling, probably got about 5,000 tomatoes I put in boxes. They're still green. They'll slowly turn red throughout the winters. That's kind of a gardening trick. I learned that one year, and it just kind of happened. I'm like, hey, these green tomatoes are turning red. But yeah, this is baseball channel, so I'll stop at that. Got a few more things written down. So with the hobby, man, James, the Elite Hunters 1952 Topps, showing off that stuff. He's kind of made me want to dig more into my 1952 Topps and add a few more, that aren't incredibly pretty. I've been looking at the Hoyt Wilhelm. That's out of my price range as a collector. As you guys know, I'm kind of if I get ones or twos in my collection, I want them to look decent. I don't want them completely bent in half and ripped and all that kind of stuff. If I do, I don't mind putting the ones or twos in there, but they have to look really, really presentable for me. Yeah, so he's just kind of made me think about showing more of my 19, because I do have quite a bit, and I kind of realized I haven't really shown too many of them throughout my time showing videos. But I'm at the 6-minute mark, guys. World Series, I'm going to go with Dodgers and Astros. You can never go wrong with them, and there's always somebody that's in there to upset. Appreciate you guys watching. Please go check out Zach and Porter. Thanks again, guys. Take care and stay safe.